Really nice day today, a little bit more on the warmer side. So it looks like, again, we skipped spring and moved all the way to summer. So the tree today just says that. So just be careful too, especially during noontime or even after hours. Our peak hours, 3-4 o'clock, when we're outside walking our furry family members, is to the point now they can start burning their little paws, because that's how we're starting to warm up. And also to be really mindful of your vehicles too. I know we're already starting to see the signs out there to say never leave a child or even animals inside the cars. Get help if you do see that. We should never actually leave them. So right here, slightly warmer temperatures. This is what we're tracking for today, roughly around 60 degrees, and we continue to climb little by little but surely. So overall, El Paso, Las Cruces, we're going to run roughly around our mid to high 80s. We can see as we gradually move up all the way to our peak hours, and so from there we start to move down. So roughly around 3 to 4 p.m. is where our peak hours. But overall, grab that sunscreen because you're going to need it. And tomorrow we're going to have a shift in temperatures. Rain chances do move up, so we'll get into that later on. And when it comes to traffic, we are actually tracking some major backup earlier on I-10 at Brown. You can see everything already cleared up. So this is something really common that happens, especially early hours in the morning. We have crews out there working really hard overnight, and then roughly around 5 o'clock in the morning is when they start to lift up the cones. When they do that, a lot of times it takes a little bit more time for them to lift them, and there's a nice little distance between the vehicles and, of course, the gentlemen and the females or whoever's picking up the cones. And that's when they go ahead and close part of I-10 for a small little portion of the time, causes major backup, and then from there they clear it up. So good news is that I-10 at Brown eastbound completely cleared up. We're tracking green and clean throughout the borderline ongoing projects, so we'll go over later on. Back to you guys. 80 south right now, so that's why I'm going straight to traffic. We're taking a look at our Doppler radar. We're seeing everything really nice and comfortable, quiet conditions. We do see a little bit spots right here of green. That is not indication of any active cells rain. All that is the radar, as you continue to see it pan right. One of the things it's trying to track is rain chances, and a lot of times too, our beautiful Franklin Mountains makes it ricochet back, and that's why you get that little spotty green. But overall, it's really quiet out there. You take a look out in the skies, you can even see the moon, potentially even the Artemis II crew, if you have really good eyesight. So here we go, slightly warmer today. This is what we're tracking. Roughly around 60 degrees already at 5:18 a.m. for your Thursday morning. Definitely above average. That's something that we continue to see throughout the borderline. And this is a time, a lot of times at Paso, our weather is, we're in the desert, so we get cold weather, warm weather, hot weather. We can rain, it can hail all in the same day. So that's something that we have to be careful with. So today is going to be above average. Then tomorrow, potential rain. Then Sunday, blowing dust and sand. Do you see all these different patterns? So just make sure and try to hydrate. Also to bundle up when it starts to drop down, so you don't have to get sick. So hour by hour temperature, you can see we're going to gradually move up all the way to our peak hours, roughly around 3 to 4 p.m. It's showing around 85 to all the way to 88, almost even hitting 90 degrees for El Paso, and then Las Cruces more mid 80s. So if you are heading out, that just know, rest assured, maybe some shorts later on for the noontime. Be careful too when you're walking your furry family members. It's already that time of the year where we have to be careful where their little paws don't burn, because that's when we start to heat up. Blowing dust and sand, not today, not an issue. That's going to be Sunday though, but we can see it's really quiet. When it comes to air quality, that's something that you also have to take in consideration. Sunday all the way through Tuesday with that potential blowing dust and sand. For today, we're already tracking moderate air quality, and imagine on Sunday, that's definitely going to change. So for tomorrow, this is what we're tracking. We're seeing potentially, with our rain chances, increase all the way to Saturday morning, and then when it comes to Sunday all the way to Tuesday, potential blowing dust and sand. Here's our future track model. And we can see today a high 88, then from there Friday, Saturday, look at this. Our rain chances really do move up. This is mostly for Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, and then when we go all the way to Sunday all the way to Tuesday, that's the day it's going to be dry, potential blowing dust and sand, and windy. Not just here for El Paso, but that's what we're also including for Las Cruces. Take a look at this, Las Cruces. So just definitely be careful too if you do suffer from respiratory issues Sunday through Tuesday. And now when it comes to traffic, one thing we are tracking a really comfortable commute. One thing that we continue to move over here so you guys can go and see the lowest gas prices. I know it's been pretty pricey lately, but right now, and it looks like Murphy, USA now, it's day above average temperatures, but an ideal day to head outdoors and take advantage of it, because we're having a shift in weather as early as tomorrow. So if you are heading out today, if we're a thing that we are tracking, you won't really need your sweater, especially because we're gonna, in the afternoon hours, 3 to 4 p.m. Our peak hours for both El Paso and Las Cruces, mid mid to high 80s. And then from there, we're going to dip down, but not too much. But one thing that we are going to start tracking is we are actually going to start tracking some moisture in the air, especially because we're going to start to see some rain chances as early as tomorrow. But for today, if you are heading out Las Cruces, we have good air quality, but you can see here in El Paso where you see the patch of yellow, that is moderate air quality. It looks like a little patch on the east side of El Paso seeing good air quality. So this is something that we're tracking, but actually later on this week, as early as Sunday, this is actually going to probably go up to hazardous. I'll let you know exactly why, but that's all coming up in weather. When it comes to traffic, if you are heading out right now, both El Paso and Las Cruces, it looks like a really successful day. Las Cruces, we continue to track that project taking place in I-25, but for right now, everything looking pretty nice. So we go over beautiful Franklin Mountains, roughly around a 10-minute commute. Now we go all the way to San Elizario. We can see everything nice and quiet, all green throughout the borderline, not just in that area. We're moving a little bit closer to the I-10 where we're seeing Clint area, North Loop, Alameda, I-10, everything also, even Darrington, going at a great pace this morning. Tornillo as well, Tornillo High School. We can see that everything nice and green and clean. Montana Vista, I like to take a little tour here so you can see that even in our other areas that we don't really highlight all the time, we're tracking a really successful Thursday morning. Back to you guys.